Once again from the coming to you straight out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and brought to you by the Sioux Empire Podcast Network. This is Urban Indianz Podcast. Outsiders, it's on fire. To everything that we turn to, we will go lava. Like acrobats, see us flying the twist off a cliff and never drop down under a bridge. So hands up, eyes out, hands, throw your hands in the sky. Rosebud pine, reach down to the sky. Raise up and fingers, so we coming with the raw. Raise up and fingers, so we coming with the raw. Bringing you an educated and entertaining look at life through the eyes of the modern-day Native American. Urban Indianz Podcast. Hosted by everyone's favorite natives. Night Shield, Night Shizzle, Miss Shark Green Maximal, GP, Gorilla Pimp, and Kathy Stans. You're listening to Urban Indianz Podcast.
All right, welcome to episode 34 of the Urban Indianz Podcast. My name is Gabriel Nightshield. I'm joined by Char.
Hello.
And special guests Nate and Shaina today.
Yay, what up?
How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have a full couch again.
Yeah, right.
He's getting too comfy doing podcasts, just laying down.
I'll kick back.
Just lift the mic.
Hold it all the way down.
It's crazy. Fucking
So much to talk about.
There is so much. We done a lot in these past 2 weeks or however long it's been since the last podcast. When was the last podcast?
Yeah,
A couple weeks ago. I think, are we on schedule now or are we off schedule?
Yeah, we're on schedule.
Oh, are we?
Yep.
Alright. Well, yeah, we did a lot. We had fucking Halloween. We did, what?
Nelly concert.
Oh, yeah, the Nelly concert. Yep, that was fun.
It just feels like it's been a month because of all that shit you crammed in.
I know. We were like, oh, we don't got much going on. And then somehow.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, that show was a lot of fun. And then, it was a lot of drunken madness escapades and that.
Yeah.
A lot of McDonald's and what the hell, Brookings? Like, you guys have nowhere to eat past midnight.
Yeah, it's a college town.
What is wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Perkins is closed.
Barely made it to McDonald's with like 5 minutes left.
Perkins closes?
Yeah.
I was
like almost crying in the parking lot. I was so hungry.
And we could only get breakfast sandwiches, chicken nuggets, and French fries at McDonald's.
I was like, I can't get a burger, but I can get a chocolate shake. Like,
You call yourselves a college town.
Yeah.
Come on.
What kind of bullshit college operates like this?
Dude, I was so drunk sitting in Perkins parking lot, not even realizing it's closed.
Waiting for us?
Yeah, texting you guys like, man, we in Perkins. Where y'all at?
Yeah.
And I looked up like, this motherfucker's closed. Let's go.
Yeah. It was really cool because, like, obviously I'm not a rapper, so that was my first time seeing, like, behind the scenes of, like, just seeing you guys set up and get ready. And, like, I was probably more nervous than you guys. I'm, like, walking up there, my hands shaking with the camera. I was like, what the heck's wrong with me? So, yeah. But it was so much fun.
Yeah, I had fun, man. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Those bigger shows are a lot easier to do than, like, the smaller shows, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Because, like, the bigger shows is just, everybody's there.
They're
having
rocking.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smaller shows are, like, you can see when people don't give a fuck. Like,
that's true.
It's like somebody's on their phone, another person's like got their back turned to you.
Those are a lot harder.
Give a fuck, yeah.
You gotta go twice as hard to try to get them.
Like,
in the
hey, you
mode,
over there.
Yeah.
Calling people
like those
out.
bigger shows, even if like half the crowd doesn't give a fuck, they're still like,
They're still rocking.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
Yeah, because they're just like angry, like, they're
yeah.
ready to go.
Fucking,
Those ones are the ones that make me super nervous.
Yeah, the smaller
4 or 5
ones.
people in the crowd, you're like, oh my god.
Like when we did the fucking, whatchamacallit one the other day. The Vishnu bunny one the other day.
Yeah.
I was more nervous at that one than fucking. There was just our friends.
That's because you're like, how many people were there?
No, but about when we first, it depends on when we first started performing. There was maybe like 25. When we got done performing, there was probably like 5, including us.
And then you go hard because you don't want those 5 to walk away.
Like, Nate, where you going, man? I'm still on. Hold up. Packing this shit up.
Like, nah, fuck that. I'm done.
Well, there's no cussing on our podcast. Just kidding.
Gabe already said like 6 of them.
He already said all the cuss words.
I know.
First word he said was cuss words. So I was like, it's on.
Yeah. Did you guys do anything fun for Halloween?
Just trick or treat in my little neighborhood.
You know, I'm getting old because, like, we went out that Saturday before, and I was just, like, looking around and I was like, you know, I can't do this. It was so much work just getting ready, and I was just, like, done.
Oh, yeah, I remember I saw you on Halloween.
But you completely blanked. But
yeah, I was.
Do you even remember?
Do you even remember? We had fun.
Yeah, like, fucking...
He's like, I paid for everyone's food at Gilberto's.
He did?
I was like, what? Like,
Did you?
why
Yeah, you
am I
shouldn't have
always
left.
missing out?
I woke up the next morning and I was like...
Gilberto's on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I'm getting carne asada fries.
Man, I called you too. I should have told you to order me.
I told you where we went.
No shit. I should have came over there.
Yeah, I was... Because I woke up the next day. It took me a while to remember I did that. Because, like, wait, I thought I had, like, $100 in here. And I had, like $35. Like, where'd all this fucking money go?
He must have been messaging me right after, like... Yeah, I think I got him food. And I'm like, what do you mean you think you did?
Yeah, it's whack.
Yeah.
I went...
Well, it was just me, but...
We went, me and my homeboy, Chris, we went, where were we at? Or we were downtown. We were at, like, Tommy Jack's, we went to Top Hat. Then we took a lift over to, the Monsters Ball or whatever.
How was that?
It was pretty fun.
Pretty cool.
And then we were only there for, like, half hour, maybe 45 minutes. And then we took a lift back over to where you guys were at. And somewhere in that time frame, I lost my friend. I don't know where he went.
For real?
So we were outside at the fire pit, and we're like, oh, let's, should we check something else out? Because there was nothing but, like, fresh 21-year-olds. And I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, so we're leaving.
So I went there.
I
was just thinking, which one was that,
No, they're just like, I don't know, it's just
this
like...
is too much for me sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're about to walk downstairs, and, like, literally Nightshell just got to the top of the stairs, so we were like, man, so I was like, oh, like, look, Nightshell's here. And that, like...
Was he like,
dude, he looked straight past Shaina.
He looked straight past me. And
like,
he
looked at Shaina, and he's like... I was like, he don't
knew
see you.
Like, I was like,
he's alone. And then you're like, oh.
What's going
on?
Dude, he was in blank mode at Biggs already.
Fuck,
I was DJing, he was standing next to me.
I do remember getting to pave because I remember I came in the back way and I was like I must have been like totally like feeling myself or just total asshole mode because there was like a long ass line and I just cut in front of everybody.
Oh my gosh, Shaina.
What did you say to them though?
I don't know what I said.
And they let you in?
You came up to me and you said, you tried to go through the front door and you tried to go in.
Oh,
and they were like, no. And you were like, do you know who I am?
No, you didn't.
And they were like, no. No, we don't.
Like, I'm nice.
And I was like, you really pulled that card?
I don't remember if I did or not, but I might have.
You said you did.
Probably.
But they didn't know who you was, so you went to the back door.
The back of the line. What are you dressed as an orc? Get out of here.
That's
yeah, I was all dressed up, and I thought I looked cool, as a demon. And then Nightshell the whole time was like, you look like a gypsy. Like, you look like a fucking gypsy. Like, 20 times, and I was just like, I'm done. This guy's irritating.
I'm a demon.
She was like,
I'm a demon, Gabe.
Staring at her for like 5 minutes. Nope. You're a fucking gypsy.
I don't remember any
I'm like,
this.
dude.
That wasn't me. That was
you.
That was Shizzle talking.
Was that drunken rapper? Drunken rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Halloween was fun. Like, my kids got a gang load of candy. Like, even the twins, like, they filled up their buckets twice.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, they were at it. But towards the end, they were like, they lasted a good 2 hours, though. So, the girls got a pillowcase full.
Lyric came home with a gang of candy. He wouldn't give me any of it. I was like, can I just get one Reese's Pieces? Just one.
Damn.
Nope. None.
So that brings me to,
Cold-blooded.
Why do people, not trick-or-treat in their own neighborhoods?
Shit, we go to the rich neighborhoods.
I do.
Like, is it that much greater, though?
I don't know. I mean...
Yeah, I always wondered that.
I go in my...
I think in the rich neighborhoods, they give you a full candy bar.
They do in my neighborhood, too, so that's a lie. But...
you probably live in a rich neighborhood.
No, I don't. I live in Terrace Park, old historic, district, But, for real, I think about that, because I see, people posting, where are you taking your kids? I'm like, don't you just go in your neighborhood?
Yeah, I do.
That's crazy to me.
Well, I can't go
I understand yours. If you live in
way
all...
north side, and there's, let's
all
go
apartment
trick-or-treat in
buildings.
an apartment complex. Like, that's
I wonder that, dude. People don't
So
trick-or-treat?
we go down to McKinnon area.
Yeah.
Because that is, like, the spot to go to.
But how much
in
candy
Sioux
did your
Falls.
kids get?
We got... The 2 little ones got 2 bucketfuls, and Jacob filled his.
See, same as mine.
Yeah.
I live in the
It's the
poorest
same.
neighborhood in Sioux Falls, I think. Like, if you look at low
I think
income,
it just
like, you
depends.
know what I mean?
On
Maybe
where
the
you
chocolate
live, I
taste is
think.
different.
Yeah.
Same Walmart, same Sam's Club.
A rich person gave me this.
Yeah, like, you just feel
I got
better.
$1
You
with
never
this
know who
one.
you're gonna meet.
I think it's like
Yeah.
a mental thing for people, honestly.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I just wanted to bring that up because I want to argue.
You just want to go to the houses where you don't think you're gonna get stabbed at.
Hey, people are like sitting outside and they're like
That's
so
messed up.
happy and waiting for trick-or-treaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
There are spotty, places, but when you live in that neighborhood,
I didn't actually
Normal.
go out this year.
Yeah.
Lyric went with her friends, so I
got
like,
ditched.
yeah.
See, that's why you don't deserve candy. You didn't even walk
I know.
with her.
Bullshit.
You didn't put the work
Yeah,
in,
for
man.
real. I had.
I got at least
She's
one
like,
of
for
those
real.
buckets.
Yeah.
I know we separated the twins' candy for them, and we had all like the sweets or like all of the sour, tart stuff and all of the chocolates. And so the twins thought like one bucket was theirs each. And I'm like, no, we split your candy up, and they didn't get it. They're like, that's mine. So one got all chocolates, the other one got all
Are you serious?
yeah, they were cool with it.
Got all the
That's
sweets.
Yeah.
Right on. Yep. I don't know. Lyric's getting too old for trick-or-treating. She wasn't even, I was trying to paint her face. I thought, because at first she wasn't even going to go out. And then I was like, well, I felt kind of bad, so I was like, well, let's just, I'll paint your face, you can paint my face, and we'll just, have fun at home or whatever. And then I got halfway into, painting her face, and then one of her friends hit her up, and she was like, I'm going to go, Dad. And I was like, wait, I'm not done yet. And then she was just,
man.
Yeah, she washed it
sad.
off, and then,
Washed it off.
yeah.
No, I didn't keep it on.
I would have been all my baby's getting big.
I washed it off too.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, yeah, because my oldest son, he only wants a mask now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
No
thing.
costume.
Yeah, that's on mine.
Just a mask. And I'm like, who are you? I used to be able to fix your hair, do everything. No.
Yeah.
I think it's
Nothing.
funnier like that than just masks.
Yeah,
I hate
my
masks.
oldest, they don't want to trick or treat next year. They just want to sit home and pass the candy out now.
Hey, at least they want to do something, though.
Yeah.
Nope. He's always going trick-or-treating with me.
Yeah, my nephew's in 9th grade. He came with us.
Really? Did he trick or treat?
Yeah.
I remember,
He disappeared towards the end, but...
For real?
Yeah, he was
Ninth grade.
I think the latest I
That's
trick or
funny.
treated was I was in 8th grade, I think, and I remember I was on the res, and I remember we went to the senior citizen housing in fucking St. Francis or whatever, and somebody gave us a scoop of commodity peanut butter. So
In your bag?
scoop of peanut butter.
Yeah. I've been cool.
I mean, come on, cheese is come on. Actually-
Here's some sugar. I'm sorry, it's not in the form of candy or in a packet or something.
Just had a
That's
handful.
cool. That's freaking
I'd
hilarious.
just open up a jelly bean bag, pour some out
Jelly
in each one.
Wait, one.
Yeah.
That's messed up. At least make him a sandwich.
Yeah.
For real, 'cause got bread. No.
Yeah, you could be those old people though that give out pennies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
haven't seen that in a while though.
Some people in my
Actually.
neighborhood do.
For real?
But it'll be more than a penny. It'll be a whole gang load change.
My
$2
age is
worth.
showing. I'm like, back in my day, they gave a penny. And they give $5 now, old man.
Yeah. All dollar bills now.
Yep.
So how old is too old to be trick or treating?
I don't know.
I think
That's
if
the
you're a
real
kid, you're a
question.
kid, man. So that's 18?
Maybe.
For real.
Well, see,
They
because
could
my
be
two
doing
oldest
worse
are
things.
13 and 14, but they're way taller than me. They're way up here, and just about every house we went to, they got shit for it.
Really?
How old are you guys? Aren't you too old to be trick or treating?
No one said that to my nephew.
Huh.
My nephew's
Then I'll
taller
be
than me.
And I'm like, honestly, to be honest, man, he's 13 and he's 14. They're like, yeah, right. I'm like, I'm not gonna
like,
lie
why
to you
does it
over
matter?
some candy, you
like
know?
in my neighborhood, like people passing out, they're like, "Oh, give mom one too."
Yeah,
So
now
like,
that,
what's
you
the
know?
difference? You know, like.
Shit, I'm all on it.
I know.
Hell yeah, I'll
So
take one.
happy.
I was like, "Don't worry." I was like, "I'm beating their candy. It's fine."
I was like, I'll gladly take that.
Yeah, at Pizza Ranch, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. So my daughter stays 10. My daughter's been 10 for like the last 3 years.
I remember we did that with Aviana. It was like kids under 5, and she had like a full set of teeth. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they're like, we're like, Anna, don't smile. Like,
Okay, Stephanie, put out your cigarette and let's go eat.
Don't smile.
you're like,
Nobody makes her smile.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
My daughter will be 13 in like 3 weeks here.
I tried that with my son, telling him he's under 10.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm 11.
Oh, I know. At that age, they just blurt it.
Well,
Yeah,
then you could
because
go
you don't
sit in
want to
the
be
car.
young, you know.
I'll be like, this one's 4, this one's 7. I'm 8.
Yeah, like, god damn. All right, yeah, you
Pick
should
him
have
up. You're like, his birthday's coming up.
We're teaching him that he's 8. 'Cause he's turning 8 next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like rich people probably never have that problem. Their kids never
For
get
real.
traumatized like that.
They probably never even go to Pizza Ranch. We're like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna have
We
some
go to
gourmet
Minerva's.
pizza
Yeah,
from our personal chef.
for real. Huh?
Yeah.
You guys, you want that stupid Pizza Ranch?
Yeah, so pedestrian.
Or Little Caesars. Sometimes when I see fancy people going in there, I'm like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Get back in your fucking Range Rover and I don't know.
Get your
Caesars.
expensive
Papa
pizza.
Murphy.
Yeah.
Little Caesars is for everybody though.
Yeah, it is.
It's so good.
It's for the people.
Well, we make them cook it twice.
People.
Huh?
We make them cook it twice because they don't cook it all the way.
What? I never. What?
Like the cheese isn't burnt.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like next time you go,
So
like
you want
really
that shit
analyze it.
Crispy or what?
Really
Not
analyze
crispy,
it.
but just
Geez,
like.
she said
At
burn.
least
You
burn.
know?
No, I
If
did
it's
not
not at
burn.
least black, I don't even want it.
Like if that fucking pizza ain't black, fuck that shit.
No, but like you know, it's the difference. Like just the firm, like it's all sloppy. Yeah, I don't
Looked
know.
at it
I
like,
think so.
nah, that's just right. Put that fucker back in there.
One more round.
Yeah. I want that shit black, man. Burn that
Urban
shit.
Indian Podcast official cheeseologist.
I will be a tester. Hit up Robert for my contact info.
That's funny. I don't know.
So, other big things.
Other news. Did you guys vote?
Yeah.
I did.
Midterm
Yeah.
election.
It's actually.
I know a lot of people who didn't.
I just
Why?
Pissed me off.
But yeah,
You didn't?
I can't vote.
Oh yeah. This
Yeah.
is my first
Did you
year
check?
in my life I was able to vote.
Really?
Did you go down to the polling
cool.
place?
No, I didn't.
First year.
So did you just try it out?
Well, I can. I'm still on probation and stuff. I can't even.
But you're on a parolee. Like, you didn't go to prison.
Yeah.
Was
but-
it considered a
But
felony?
it's a
though?
felony.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
felony.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
It's not county. I mean,
Bullshit.
yeah.
I've never had that problem, so I vote every time.
Yeah.
I don't vote
Should I
every
say
time. I missed the last one. Because I didn't really... Because some of them aren't advertised if they're not, like, big races, you know?
Was there a lot of people there when you went?
Yeah. I went to... Well, I was at the wrong one. That one had a lot of people, too.
I swear we're going to 10 places before she's at the right place.
No, because I finally updated my ID, so it says like my married name, and so then updated my whole precinct that I.
Oh, yeah.
So where'd you
So
vote?
I usually vote at the church right by the Y,
Mm-hmm.
First Lutheran, something like that, and then now I vote at the downtown library. But I'm moving, so
That's right.
I bet I'll be back at that one church. But yeah, the downtown library, people were signing up on the spot and everything, even though they knew they couldn't vote, but for next time.
Oh yeah.
So that was cool to see. So many volunteers, and Julia was volunteering down there. So
I seen it when I went down there.
yeah, again though, not a lot of young people.
Really?
I seen a lot of. Well, when I went, there was like college student-ish.
Yeah.
But then like a bunch of people that work downtown, like you could tell they work downtown, walked to come vote.
Where
Like,
do
on
you
their
vote
lunch
at?
break or something. Downtown.
Oh.
at the library.
I feel like it should be like a national holiday. Like you should have.
You can get time off of work. I think it's like up to 2 hours, but your boss can dictate like which part of the day or whatever.
Oh, yeah, South Dakota is one of the states where they're legally required to give you 2 hours if your normal working time covers up the polling time.
Yep.
And then it's at your boss's discretion.
But I don't think a lot of people know that because it's not like they advertise it. Like my Sanford sends out a whole letter like the day before and like, oh, we encourage everyone to go vote.
I would have took that 2 hours off.
Yeah.
And I need to go vote, and I gotta go to lunch. My voting lunch.
Just use up the full 2 hours.
I need my nap.
See, we need to do it like the olden days where it was a gigantic like drinking party because they made it a big holiday. Like in this like late or the early 1800s, they would the candidates would show up with kegs of beer and whiskey and would be like, vote for my guy, and like handing out free beer. No, fuck it. Vote for my guy. And it was just a big like free for all thing.
Oh man, that turned messy.
Yeah, that's fun. Hell yeah.
Bunch of
you know, there's a lot of fist fights back then.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Usually.
It sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
like bring that back. Voter turnout skyrocket.
Well, I did hear. I was reading. I think it was on Bill Maher the other night where they said that there was 30% of like the millennials voted, which is like the most that have ever voted or whatever in an election. But still, that's 70% of the people that still didn't vote that could have, made a real difference in things or whatever. But
it was cool. I shared it on my Facebook page. But in Montana, you could see like the reservations and where their vote counted because they got a Democrat in for senator. Or something like that, something test, but you could see like where those numbers matter, and sometimes you don't think it does, but in these races they do matter.
Yeah, definitely.
I was watching on that night. I was watching like the election results on I think it was NBC or something like that, and they actually talked about the North Dakota race and whoever won. Like they specifically said like not the candidate, but like the anchors or whatever were talking about like how they had changed that law and how Native Americans weren't able to vote and or whatever, or made it harder for them to vote.
Oh yeah, the ID thing.
The lady was like on TV was like, even if that law hadn't changed, there wasn't enough people that was going to come out and vote that would have changed, that would have turned the tide on this. And I was like, that's kind of fucked up to say.
How do you know that?
It doesn't matter. It's about having that right to vote. Whether regardless if it.
Did you see it was the highest turnout for Native Americans to vote in North Dakota, though?
Yeah.
Because of that.
And people came out strong up there to protest, and so that was really cool that people did that.
Hell yeah.
Well, you could tell in South Dakota, too, like when they showed our maps of how many our reservations.
All the reservations were blue.
Were all blue.
Yeah.
And I was like, someone was looking at a map and they don't know where the reservations are. So I was
like
telling them, I was like...
Someone said they had Pine Ridge and Rosebud mixed up, like the shape of it.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, I didn't look at it though.
No, I didn't look at it.
But that's what someone was telling me.
What was that?
That on that map they messed up like the shape of it and they swapped Rosebud and Pine Ridge.
Really?
Like the outline.
Don't never make that mistake.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Dirty ridges.
I don't know. I never looked at it to actually see, so I don't know.
Yeah.
How dare them?
I seen someone put on Facebook, they're like, how come if everyone voted, why is everyone so mad? And I was like, because we have assholes that live on the west side of the state and rural areas. No, because that's like, it was all red, all the west side.
It's so weird because I don't know anybody that that votes Republican, but it's like...
Oh, I do.
But like,
there are so many small towns though in South Dakota that are outrageously Republican, like 100%.
Yeah, I walk in both circles and it's hilarious because like my Sioux Falls crowd here is extremely blue, and if I only hung out with them, I'd have no freaking clue there were like conservatives around. Yeah. And then when I go back to the farm with my folks and stuff, it's like Democrats don't like exist out there at all, and it's just like and both of them talk about the other one like they're so alien and like could never understand. Like the Republicans are just like, why could you even vote Democrat? I mean, just like, how do they sleep at night? And then the Democrats are like, how do they sleep at night that they vote Republican?
It's like they don't even look at the person running and like their actual like mission and like things they have in store. They're just like solely basing it off of like if they're Democrat or Republican or liberal or whatever. And that like blows my mind. But I mean, like, this last election was hope, though. I mean, to see, what was it, like 11,000 a difference, or 13?
Yeah, it was like 11,000. It was pretty close.
It was really close for a while.
I stayed up till midnight and I'm like, I can't do it no more. I fell asleep.
when I first saw it was really close between...
It was like 49.
Yeah, it was like 49-51 or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, there's a chance here.
I was like, yes!
And then it kept getting like further and further apart, and I was like, fucking, I'm going to bed.
I was pissed.
It's like when you go and vote, it's like you like actually pay attention to it though. Like if you don't vote, then
it's like watching a football game. You know,
yeah, almost. It's like
throw some money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, political science nerds. The election nights are always like our Super Bowl.
Yeah,
just like get out the big bowl of nachos. I got a beer and I'm live tweeting. Oh yeah, my team got your team, fucker.
Yeah, it's crazy. What?
But overall, like when you look at the U.S., like it was a win for
definitely.
Yeah, there was like eight women that are going to Congress of color. So
yeah, well,
that's really cool.
And we got 2 Native American. You know,
woo! That's amazing.
For real.
So
that almost made it like I got tears in my eyes. I got a lump in my throat. I was like, yes.
Shaina,
couldn't happen.
My hands were
sticking. I was like, yeah. I was so happy when I see
that was so cool because I wasn't following other states as much as like
I
South
wasn't
Dakota.
following other states at all. So
Yeah.
like I didn't even really know that there were natives like
I knew about
running.
the Kansas
Sharice Davis.
Sharice Davis, yeah.
Sharice Davis and Deb Holland from New Mexico.
Yeah.
And we are currently in talks with probably December we will get an interview with Deb Holland. We're just waiting for final confirmation on that date.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
And I'm still waiting to hear back from Sharice's people, but I'm sure she's got... I'm surprised that Deb got back to us the week of the election. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So stay tuned, folks.
I was doing some
cool.
research on Deb today, and like I was surprised to see that surprised that like she like openly admits, I guess, to being like a alcoholic in the past and living off food stamps and stuff like that, and to see someone overcome like all that to become like one of the first Native American congresswomen just really shows like fucking really anybody could do anything. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
It's all about your motivation.
Yeah. So I'm really anxious to talk to her. I'm sure she's very inspirational and will. Yeah.
Get a lot of cool insight. Because I don't even honestly never met anyone who was a part of the Congress. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, she said just something like along the lines of she never thought she would see someone who looks like her.
Yeah.
That she could look up to, and that was like I was like, oh my god, that's so true.
Yeah.
Like now kids can be like, that's what I can do.
Like when they're studying like important people.
Yeah.
And my son was actually talking to me about it and asking if he could be president because I was showing him. And I was like telling him what he needs to go to college for and this. And he was like, can I just go straight to wanting to be president? And I was like, you can.
Yeah.
I was like, but you should like run for governor or run for senator or the House or something. So then you get experience under your belt. And he was like, okay.
Or you can be like Trump.
Or become a celebrity first, you know?
Do you think like with Trump in office, like the climate of the country is so like divided and so like it's so like fucked up in his favor that it sort of opened the door for like a lot of these other people to come through? Like I don't think it would have been, we would have got as many people through as we did, you know, for minorities and women, you know, if say Barack was still president or whatever, because it just shines a light on how fucked up, like, you know, that part of the, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, because when you have a person like that in office, and then you have to show that what the rest of the country is made of, I guess.
It's just like,
so that's
what the
why.
Fuck, you know?
And Nightshield sent me something on SNL last night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that was on...
Oh, wait.
That was on Bill Maher.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. He sent me two, I'm getting mixed up. But he's like, basically he ended it, he's like talking about people who like got in or whatever, and then he starts talking about Sharice Davis, and he's like, let Trump call her Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like openly gay, like MMA fighter. He let that motherfucker call her Pocahontas. Or
Jimmy Kimmel said something like that too. He was like, she's a lesbian. She's an ex-MMA fighter, and she's heard Trump call so-and-so Pocahontas for how many years now. She'll kick his ass. Like, for sure.
Yeah. Somebody I was reading before even like the election, like I think I don't know who said this, but somebody said that she was gonna lose and he was gonna make her lose and go back to the reservation.
No way.
And they fucking whoever said that resigned from wherever, like whatever.
Wow.
I was like, God damn, fucking.
Well, she showed him.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right? Seriously.
There's some hateful people out there.
Oh yeah,
like that,
for sure.
They don't want to see
Every day.
They don't want to see you come up like that, you know.
Well, now it's like the door's open. Now it's like, what are you gonna do with it though? So
True.
hopefully, let's.
See, I'm gonna run.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, their eyes are gonna be on them. I'm sure they're gonna feel a lot of pressure.
South Dakota, I'll be the next governor here. Get ready for me.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Over the last probably year or so, I've gotten really interested in that realm of the world, but we'll see.
You could do it.
Slowly get up
do
that
it.
Maybe more
ladder.
like 35. You know, like I need some
Yeah,
more knowledge under my belt.
Well, the Democrats in this state are pretty much a giant power vacuum, so I mean, it's perfect for someone to step in and like take over.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. You could do it.
I know I have people like hitting me up all the time, and I'm just like, dang.
I was bragging you up to my daughter last night or yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
I was I don't know if you've seen that. You've seen that post I made about the fucking Brenda's Got a Baby Tupac song. We were talking about teen mothers and things like that, and I had mentioned how you were a young mother and you're one of the few people that have come out of the trap or whatever, and I was like, that's why I have so much respect for Char and this and that, and then Lyric was just like listening. I don't know, it was a really good conversation.
That's cool.
we had between us, right?
I've talked about being a teen mom, and I feel like I'm able to talk about more openly now, but like back then I like barely say one word and I start bawling, because you do come up through a lot, and a lot of people with different backgrounds, I'm sure, deal with similar situations like that. And so I've actually recently been meeting with a teacher out in Roosevelt, and did fingerprints and background check, and so I'm going to be a mentor to the Native female students at Roosevelt.
Cool.
So
Man,
we
that's
need more
pretty
of
good,
that, man.
Yeah.
We need more people taking those roles for our youth, so they can see positive role models and hear
That
like
you can do things.
Yeah, and to hear that, like, hey, I've been in your shoes, like I've made bad choices.
I always thought about stuff like that, me doing stuff like that, but being that I'm a felon, I don't think they'd allow me to.
Yeah, maybe not in the school systems, but they're
Other programs.
I feel like Sioux Falls is getting better, and there's been a huge push to see more of a center, more of a gathering spot for Natives, and so I think in the next 5 years, I'm really interested to see what this is going to look like. Recently, I met with, I'm on the Native American Parent Committee for the school district, and we have quarterly meetings, and we just had one this week, and I've been involved in that for about a year now, but last year we met 3 times, and I was really just kind of getting used to, like, what do we do? What's the point of this? What's the agenda? Other than looking at the numbers and where they're putting their money. And so this last one, a student came from Lincoln High School, and she kind of just was very open and kind of let her heart out at that meeting, and she's just like, who's there for us? Who's there to help us? Like, you guys meet and all this, but what are you guys putting into action? And so I was just like, damn, I was like, okay, this is my time to help where I can help. And I've always kind of held off because I understand the commitment that it takes to build something like that. And I was just like, I've done a few events now, and I'm like ready. My twins are older, my kids are older, and they understand what I'm doing and what I'm behind, and they help me and they support me too. So the plan is to have a first Native American family night, and before the holidays this year. And so that will be an invite to every single parent, whether you're Native or not Native, but if you have a Native child in the school system, like, we want to see your face there. And part of this night will entail, like, education of some sort with the language, and hopefully principals and some teachers will show up, and it will be held at a school. And this year, for this event, I think it will be Lincoln High School, because the principal there has already opened their doors into. We just got to give them a date and time right now at this point.
Do you know Pat Starr, the city council?
I don't.
Okay, I give you his contact info. You should talk to him. He has, I think, 2 children now who are adopted Native children, and he does a lot of volunteer work and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure he'd be a good one to like plug in, and then he can get like an announcement, like get the mayor to declare a like Native holiday day or something like that.
Yeah,
a proclamation and all that.
And that's what I kind of foresee too, is like stepping up this parent committee to be an official. I'm blanking on the word now. God damn it.
An official day.
No, no, like a council.
Commission.
No.
The committee.
All the words.
Committee. Yeah, like a.
There you go.
No, not committee. That's not what I was saying.
Click.
Yeah.
No, it's not even like more
Squad. Click.
something a little more formal than just a committee.
A board.
Yeah, a board. Yeah.
Oh,
And so
Wrong.
and these people would serve. And I have a lot of mentors in this process that I'm reaching out to. I'm going to be reaching out to the next month or two, to really set a strong committee in Sioux Falls. And these people on this committee, like anytime a Native family has an issue with the school district, that one of us can go over and be with them, because I feel like a lot of times the youth here, once you get that label slapped on you, it follows you for the rest of your
The rest of your school.
Yeah,
It definitely does.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
And so I feel like if you have a strong advocate, and we would all be advocates and be right along with these parents, like what can we do for you? Providing those resources, because there's a lot of resources, but if you don't know how to utilize those resources, it doesn't matter. It's non-existent in your world. And so that being one arm of it, Delilah, she invited me to the first youth council for Lincoln High School on Friday, and it was beautiful. And it was she prepared for all of it. There was a few teachers that volunteered, and they had spaghetti there, salads, desserts, drinks, and they had prayer ties because they had just planted a cottonwood tree at Lincoln High School. And so they burned up their prayer ties that night, and there was a little ceremony, and Bobby Johnson and Osceola was there, and they did that. And so that was really cool, and that was led by youth. And the turnout, there's probably about 25 students from Lincoln High School there, and most of them being freshmen. And Delilah got up and spoke, and she kind of set like the guidelines of what this youth council will look like. And she wants it to be a Sioux Falls district-wide kind of youth council, and eventually building it up to a point where they're meeting with youth councils from tribal reservations in South Dakota. And tribal reservations already meet, their youth councils already meet at certain events. And so Sioux Falls, there's enough youth here to represent Sioux Falls, and so seeing that was just like so powerful for me. And I was just like, whatever we need to go to do, let's get this rolling now. I was like, I'm 100% in, and I'm dedicated. And Mary Robertson, she's also on the Native American Parent Committee Board for the Sioux Falls District, and she's gonna be meeting with me, and we're gonna kind of push this forward. And I don't want it to be separate from Indian Ed. I want Indian Ed to take responsibility and
they should,
and be very involved in this process. Like, we'll do the outside legwork on this, but I want them to really step up and do their part in it too, because they get a lot of money for the Native students that are enrolled.
I feel like Indian Ed does not help out as much as they should.
Exactly. A lot of people don't even know about it. Do you even know about it?
I was just in my head thinking, what the fuck is Indian Ed?
Yeah.
I was thinking like some dude named Ed.
I didn't know
Indian Ed.
Like this motherfucker needs to start helping.
And they get money because like everyone, if you sign that form saying
Indian Ed
child in the school district. Which
is
insane to me, because they don't help any of the kids, I feel like.
Yeah, because they
have the beginning of the year thing, and you guys get like a $20
$20, something like that,
voucher
gift card.
or something.
Yeah.
What? For what?
Yeah.
for being enrolled.
Yeah, it's like a
I
welcome
mean,
back.
It's
supposed to help
thing
with
and it
school
helps-
supplies.
But it's
helps
whack though because you
out.
can only use it at like Lewis or like.
Well, I think we got
it's
those.
just
Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, at that.
Oh
And-
yeah,
Oyate
yeah,
Center?
I seen you. Yeah.
So like
Yeah,
there it goes,
that's-
just gets like a gang of shampoo and conditioner and stuff.
Right,
like
that's
that.
like
It's
you
just
can only get
what
so
do you-
much shampoo.
Yeah. Like what else can you?
It is nice. It is nice, but like I think the parent committee and other people who have really been putting some pressure on Indian Ed the last couple meetings, like I think they're gonna expand it to Shopco, and they've done that because I remember being in school.
They
and
did
going
do
to
Shopco before.
Yeah,
Remember I got
so I think they're
spotted
gonna
when I figured
move
it
back
was.
to that because I don't believe
School supplies.
Yeah, when we went there. we-
Pencil, right?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a pencil.
Yeah, no, when we went there for lyrics,
Click
one of
one.
her little things or whatever that she got, and I got a sputter going figure that same day. I was like, oh, lucky me.
Still
Yeah.
in there.
So I think they're really starting to.
I bought it on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's clarify
just
that.
kidding.
Out of his own pocket.
Yeah.
But I think they're really starting to see like, oh, we don't do much.
They
you know?
don't. I feel like whenever I grew up, I didn't even know about Indian Ed. My mom didn't know about Indian Ed at all.
So that thing is called Indian Ed that we went.
Yeah,
to.
so they're like
Right.
that's where the office of Indian Ed is, and that's why they
Oh.
do it there every year because that's where their
Yeah, that's
office.
the only thing I've ever heard them do is that thing. So
Yeah,
are they supposed
they
to be doing more? Or?
also are the ones who pay the teachers' salary that do the NAC classes.
Oh,
in the
really?
schools. So the Native American Connection classes, which they're looking for Lakota language teachers. So
Oh.
anyone out there looking for a job, you know, it's a rare breed to have someone who
We
could
need it.
could teach that. Yeah.
We need it.
So they're looking for that.
My kids love it, man.
Yeah,
They're learning,
Aviana
man.
loves that class. It's her favorite class, you know. So, I mean, they do provide that, and, you know, I'm appreciative of that. But, like, what else could we do? Because it's important to have families involved and having good relationships with teachers, you know.
I just
Definitely,
don't know
because I
because-
know my relationships were not good at all in school, and that's why I dropped out. Like, I hated school.
Exactly. And back when we could go to school, you could drop out at 16. So it's like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
You know?
And
It's
that's
not.
the thing, a lot of Native students in high school, like, they don't have that connection with a lot of teachers because once a teacher doesn't like you or if you do something wrong or something, they just cut you out. And since you're Native, oh, they're not going to be here anyways. That's
Yeah.
how I see it.
They say if they can make it past their sophomore year or junior year, they're more likely to graduate. But
I just feel like a lot of Native students, they need more help, especially in high school. Like, that's the toughest years, honestly.
yeah, because a lot of them are being parents themselves to siblings. Or,
Yeah.
you know, staying at a house where people are drinking and partying
Drinking
all night.
all night. Still drinking in the morning when you wake up. Have to get,
And then they got,
get the other
you know,
kids ready for
Damn,
school.
that's crazy.
You know?
You gotta think about stuff.
And then
like
they
that.
still make it to school, but then they're like tired or they're, you know,
Just don't
falling
wanna be
asleep in
there.
class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or their mind is just not there. They're not engaged. And if
No
you as an
motivation.
educator don't understand the reality for these students, like something's wrong. There's a disconnect in our system, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like that because the Sioux Falls serves a lot of Native students, and it's time to change that. And so, and I also see this council also pushing issues with the school district, you know, itself. Like, why don't we have Native American Day off? But yet we have Monday off for what? Veterans Day's today. It's pretty
we
sure.
have tomorrow off for Veterans Day.
Yeah, but then we have Monday off. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and those are things I could see them pushing forward and really.
How did you say it earlier, Night Show?
Oh, the students. The students themselves aren't going to be veterans, but they are going to be Native American, or whatever. you
Yeah.
know. So
So is that the motto?
yeah,
That's the motto.
but I mean, the staff obviously probably some of them are probably veterans and
Yeah,
things like
yeah.
that. So I get that, but like, yeah, I mean, if you're giving a day away for the students aren't going to be veterans. So you know, what's the point in having that day off? I understand. You know, I don't want to make it seem like I'm anti-veteran or something like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But you know, we should just have Native American Day off too. Is the point?
We used to.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I was younger, I never went to school on Native American Day. And since I'm, like, one of those parents who's like, it's Native American Day, you guys don't have to go to school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've
I kept
kept it
Lyric
like
home
that.
this year for.
And it's like, you know, and the Native American Day parade's going to be a thing next year. And so It'll be this.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go away.
Mm-mm.
It's only gonna get stronger, and I can promise you that. So.
Word the fuck up.
For real.
Yeah.
Man, we went a long time without a swear word. Thanks.
I know.
I didn't bring it back down to reality. I was like, hold up.
Well, let me get my name. Fuck yeah.
We're all getting hyped up out of the way here. It's like
We're doing good.
ready to box them up.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. On a Thanksgiving is just like a couple weeks away.
Mm-hmm. I see people posting about that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude.
Debating on whether I'm going to do my own turkey.
Me
this year. I think I
too.
am.
Me too.
Are you?
I think so. I've
You
told-
say that every year.
Well, I did. I've done it like the past.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember if I did it last
It's
year.
like,
but-
why won't you? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Do a specialty at Cooking with Gabe.
Well, I did that already.
Thanksgiving.
There's a Cooking with Gabe.
Thanksgiving?
We should do a homemade
Thanksgiving.
pie.
You should do a Friendsgiving. How about
We
that?
should.
We could do that.
Friendsgiving?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just friends instead of, you know.
So, like, you know how you
So
do
you can't
all
come.
family on Thanksgiving?
That's
No invite.
fucked. I was gonna offer to bring something too.
I was going to bring
Bring my
mac and
mashed
cheese.
potatoes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I could make my
My cheesy hash browns.
Looked at him like, you're not invited.
We said
Straight in the
Friendsgiving.
face.
Damn.
I've never done a Friendsgiving before. That would be kind of cool.
Dude, that
I
was
think so,
crazy.
too.
We locked eyes right when he said that. You're not invited. And now,
Felt it in his soul.
I know. Jeez.
That would be cool. Yeah, I bought a pumpkin pie last night. That was good. I mean.
Great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, like I was waiting.
That really feeds into it, man.
Part of the Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah.
That was
Like, oh, really?
Did you get whipped cream?
And then?
I know.
Fucking Sioux. Oh, man. Yeah. So anyways.
So let's talk about this pie.
Yeah.
Do you know how to make a pie? Anybody know how to make an actual
Well,
pie?
Mike does.
I made
No
a
way.
That
does
sounds
he?
bake, man.
I
He
made a
can
pie
bake.
once
What kind of
when
pie?
I was like
Mike made cherry man.
17.
Really?
And it was the bomb. It was a cherry pie.
Homemade
Where at
crust,
Levac?
man.
Really?
Yep.
No.
It was.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, Mike always surprises me. Cause like, he'll just like bust out like, I'm gonna go shopping, I'm gonna bake this or that. And I'm like, damn, really? And then he really does. And it's always really good. I'm like, you do
And it
yours
gets
that.
you
I don't like, it smells good here. So I'm
What you doing,
I
man?
could see Char going around the corner. What you got going on in
Yeah.
there?
It's like that cartoon where they're floating by the fucking.
Yeah, by the smell.
My nose is just falling. No, but for real, he made an apple pie and a cherry pie, like homemade crust and everything.
Wow,
Nice.
Did he Google it?
that's awesome. Actually.
Yeah, he looked up a recipe, but it was like homemade, like 100%.
Yeah, be careful with pie crust. Can't handle it too much. It gets hard.
Yeah. Mike did good. Like, that was his first time.
We should give it a shot. We should do that.
Yeah, we should. That'd be cool.
We should try to. Like
At
how we did that.
Friendsgiving.
Yeah, how we did that, the Indian taco
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
We should try to.
I mean, we
fucking-
got to plan prep for like a whole day, though.
Yeah.
Because that was as long as. We're like just sitting there watching movies. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be cool.
That would
Yeah.
be.
Who's making mashed potatoes?
I don't know.
Nate.
I'm not invited.
I need to go.
I'll make
Yeah.
double eggs.
Fuck that. I'm not invited.
I'll eat 'em all, too.
Shit now. All salty.
Never get invited.
No one invited me.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, now I'm invited. Huh?
We need them mashed potatoes, man. We all know about your mashed potatoes. Bring all the boys to the yard.
He could teach us, but he'd have to charge.
Oh man,
I
man.
didn't even invite anyone to even join.
To what? Oh, I didn't either.
Yeah.
We just got one lonely person. It's What's up, Joshua? How Kolas? How Kola? He's probably not even watching anymore.
I forgot about it.
Yeah. Check this out. A homegirl came over earlier today. This is fucked up. This is a fucked up story. She came over and she was telling me how last night she went over to her like friend's house or whatever, and like they start noticing things in the house were like off, like you know how like when you go home, like you have everything sort of in a certain way, and you would notice like if you know something was misplaced or like.
I don't know if I like this story yet.
I know, like
They start.
get it up.
She start fucking noticing things were like weird, right? And and then she went around to her back door and it was like barricaded, like someone inside like barricaded that door.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then they were looking around because they thought someone was in the fucking house, and then sure someone was in her attic.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like they fucking like you could see like because it was like dusty and you could see like handprints up there or whatever, and like they pulled it down, and then like, there's people like or like handprints like on like someone climbed in there or whatever, and she fucking called the cops, and then the cops came. And
What part of town does she live at?
in Hartford.
Dang, where
Yeah,
so
and
Hartford.
in that time frame, because she said the cops came hella quick too. It was like 5 minutes or whatever. But
It's Hartford.
yeah, they went like
That's too long.
they were standing in the kitchen, like she had a gun, so she was standing there with the fucking gun, waiting for someone to fucking come out, and nobody came out. But like the cops came, they went up into the attic, and no one was up there, and like searched around the whole house, no one was around or whatever. But there was a car that they had noticed was like parked off like half-mile down the road, like off in the corner, like sort of like stashed away, like it wouldn't, it's like unnatural for it to be there. And they went over there and nobody was in the car or whatever, and it was just weird, like fucking. And then this morning that car was gone, like, and then but then so anyways, after the cops were there, like, so there was like the bedroom, their daughter's bedroom window was open, like someone had like jumped out the window and ran away.
Damn.
So they was in there
I
all
wouldn't
night,
even be
you
able
think?
to.
I don't know. They don't know. Like she came home first. I guess it was her and her daughter and her daughter's like boyfriend or whatever. Cause, and then that's when they first started noticing things were like weird or whatever. And then they left and did something else or whatever. And they came back and that fucking the back door was like barricaded, like you know, like if they must have been waiting for her to come home, and then they knew that that's where she would fucking run to, was the back door, so it'd make it hard for her to like get out right away.
Yeah.
Man.
I thought it was going to be a spooky story.
I was just like, holy fuck, man, it's like a fucking movie.
Yeah, I'm like, jeez.
Damn, like how could you even be there? I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
When
like,
Mike goes out of town for work, I'm like up all night. Like I wake up every 2 hours and peek outside. Like,
man, after
I just
hearing
can't.
that story, I was like, holy fuck. Like, I don't know how you could ever even go back to sleep in that
For
fucking
real.
house. And it's like out in the country, so it's not like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
you know.
Did they like run the license plates or anything? Or
They did run the license plates, but they what she said was they were like, have they been arrested for anything before? And then the cop just said nothing like this, but wouldn't tell him who it was or whatever. And they have like those those dare cameras or whatever, like those hunting cameras, out in someone like I guess you can blind them or whatever. Like if you shine like a flashlight like into it, it will like fuck it up somehow.
So this person knew they were there. Dude.
Yeah.
Was blinding those cameras.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's somebody that
Freaky.
knows that
Yeah.
house.
So someone was for sure in there. Like she looked at her
Yeah.
camera.
You know what I mean? There was like handprints like
Yeah.
in the attic. Like, you know, like maybe like they came home and they, you know, someone was breaking in or something like that, because nothing was taken. Like, but like maybe as they were like breaking in, they came home and then they didn't know what to do, so they fucking hid up in the attic or whatever.
But they had to known that house to like
That's
know
what
where
I'm
the
saying.
attic's
Or
at.
even know where the cameras
Yeah.
are. If
Yeah.
They were blinding the cameras.
Yeah.
They would check. They should check their circle.
Someone they
you know?
know
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Was it daytime?
No. It
No.
was nighttime.
That's even
Well, I mean,
scarier.
yeah, I mean,
in the
it-
country.
Yeah.
Oh my
I know.
God.
I looked at a house one time and I was like, nope, it's too far out of town. That's how you know you're too city.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I need people
man,
around me.
Like, tripping out on that like all day. Like, holy fuck, that
For
was
real.
The other about a
Fucking
month
scary.
ago, someone was trying to get into my house.
really.
Yeah, my dog. I got a Dane, and he was like going off about like 4 o'clock in the morning, like just gone. You know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to later, and I was telling him to shut up, and then I was thinking, why is he just going off like that? So
Yeah.
I jumped up. Now he come running to my bedroom door, and so I was like, all right, well, show me. And he took off. We went all the way to the back, and then he started barking out the sliding doors.
Yeah.
So I looked, and then there was a guy. He was just standing there. So I was like, go in my eyes, like, am I really seeing this, or am I tripping out, you know? And I looked, and my dog was just going off. I was like, holy shit. So I went out front, and I grabbed my shoes on and shit, and he was still barking at him, and I went out the front door, and I looked back there, and he was standing there, but he was like, he was peeking around the corner at my dog, you know?
Yeah.
And he was dressed all in black, like he had literally had a hoodie on and everything, you know?
Yeah.
So I couldn't see who he was, so I said, what the hell are you doing? And I took off towards him, and he jumped my fence, and I couldn't catch
Probably
him.
didn't think you could see him if he was just standing
I know.
there. Like I'm invisible.
Yeah.
One time I was-
he was gone, though. He was fast, though.
One time I was dropping off my twins all early because I was going downtown for work. So it was like 4:35 in the morning. Still dark out. And I'm like grabbing Mikey out of the car. I already took Dewan in. And I look over, like it's kind of foggy that day. And I look over by the van on the ground. There's a fucking rooster. And I'm like,
What?
yeah. I was like, okay, am I freaking out? I got back in my car and I'm like, that was a fucking rooster. So I like called my mom because I kept thinking about it, and she's like, "Oh, the neighbors 2 houses over like said they lost it." They ended up catching it. It kept going to my
so they
parents'
lost
house.
her.
Yeah.
Have you seen my rooster?
Yeah, yeah. I was
That's
like,
like
my
guys
parents
see
are
my
definitely
Yeah.
not.
Watch out. It'll get you.
But
Watch out, there's a clock running
for
around.
some reason, it really liked my parents' house, and so they caught it eventually because they gave my mom stuff to like lure it in and whatever, and they caught it on my
Cock
parents.
It was like cock traps.
Holy shit.
Some cock traps. I've met a few of them in my day.
Holy fuck. That dude, this
You guys
went
are
left
messed up,
real
man.
quick. This shit went left real quick, man.
Apparently, that's my scary story.
I don't know. I get scared and creeped out sometimes.
Oh, I do
'cause
all the time.
Like
It's not- I'm
live
not
by
normal.
myself with
What's
my
up, Delilah?
kids.
Hey, Delilah.
Just ruined her.
I know.
I know. It's like,
She built that shit up, man. Built it up, man. Just-
I don't know. I get scared sometimes because it's just me and my kids.
Oh, anyway, Delilah.
Actually, Delilah.
Nah,
But
anyway.
I don't get too scared. I don't know. I'm just like, I'll take them on. Like,
well, I do too, but I go
Fight these
every time I go in my house at nighttime when it's just me and Mike's not with me. I like swing the door open, and I'm like, every time, like something's wrong with me.
I
Like, why am I
will.
like that?
I'll get scared if it's just like me and my two
Yeah,
babies.
yeah.
But I won't like. If Jacob's with, I know he could like take off running with him or something, and I'll be like, I'm fighting everyone.
I want to get a gun, but Mike won't let me.
I want to now that
Especially when you live.
now that I
alone.
live by myself. Like I've been seriously thinking about it. I'm like, shit.
Cause like, yeah, I don't want to get into that, but
Yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, I thought I'd say that story because I was tripping on it like all afternoon. Like,
well,
holy fuck,
hopefully
that'd be-
she finds out, man.
Yeah, I was like,
For
hopefully that's
real.
the end of the fucking story and not just like the middle part of it or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's fuck.
Or the beginning.
Yeah.
Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah. It's fucking scary.
God, that'd be creepy. Like, man, hopefully they didn't put like some like spy cameras or like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I'd be checking my house everywhere. Cause if they didn't take anything, then why were they
I'd have
there?
been like so mad at the cops. Be like, first of all, tell
Yeah.
me who this person is.
Yeah, right?
Like,
'Cause-
why are you not saying anything?
Well, someone broke into Mike's car just
Mine
like a
too.
month ago,
Mine too, like
and it
a
was
few
like,
days ago.
really? This happens to Mike's car all the time.
Mine too. For real,
So
no
you guys
lie.
just try.
But they caught the kid. They caught one of the
Oh,
kids.
really?
Cause like the cops came And then we seen a bunch of lights, and we're like, oh, it's probably our weirdo neighbor again doing something. But then the cop came knocking on our door.
Neighbors listening.
I know.
My bad, you're not that weird.
Yeah. You only have to deal with us for 2 weeks. We're moving, right? So, yeah, so they came pounding on the door, and then they're like, oh, we seen a cop was driving by and seen someone like rummaging through your car. So when they stopped, two of them ran. The one that was in the car got away, but his friend didn't. So I was like, what the heck? Who are they? I was like trying to go, but then the other cop took him already. So it must have been 2 young kids or something.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like, me and Mike would stay up every night like trying to listen because we're like, shit, we could catch him easily.
Yeah.
Probably. You know, we're still really fast. For real.
Staying up late.
We thought about putting up traps, and we're like, how could we trap them?
Me
you know?
too. I've been thinking the same shit.
I could see you guys sitting there like plotting.
For real, we sure were. But that's scary, you know. Like I have someone at home that lives with me, so like, you know, just live with your kid like that. Scary.
See, they took all my shit out of my truck.
Lock everything up.
For real?
All my change, all of that shit came out, and
your change?
papers everywhere. I was like,
Oh.
someone just went through my truck.
For real, that's how Mike's car was, like papers out and it was open.
Yeah, they did that to my truck before too. I can't remember if I told that story on here already before, but they stole my box of CDs.
No way, did they?
Yeah.
Well, can you pass them out at least?
And then somebody fucking stole them out of my fucking car, and then I live right by the post office or whatever, and they must have realized that, this is bullshit, so they fucking...
These are just Gabe's
We don't know him, and they threw them
so
everywhere.
they fucking threw my CDs, like, a full box, like, out into the street, and so when the post office workers were going to work, they thought it was one of their boxes, so they picked it up, and they realized it wasn't, so they fucking brought it over to Total Drag, and the guys from Total Drag, like, called me up and were like, somebody brought over your CDs or whatever. So they found them in the street.
That was cool of that post officer. Post officer.
Postman?
Yeah.
Mailman?
Nope. We're going away from those words.
Nope.
Yeah. Post
man.
officer, then.
Post person.
Yeah. See, that's what I said. I'm in a sociology class, and we were talking about this. That's probably why I said post officer.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. So, anything else going on?
I feel like there was something. Oh, next weekend I'm going to TLC concert.
Oh yeah.
On time. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna.
Shaina was supposed to come ditch down on me because her car broke down. I don't know.
You know, real life stuff.
No. Life.
Oh, struggles, huh?
The struggle's real.
Yeah. So.
Where's that
at? Kansas City.
Jesus Christ.
5 hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's like going to Rapid.
It is, actually.
Still, that's a long.
Yeah, it is.
That's how I
I'm
know
so
I've
used
gotten old.
to
I'm
it.
just like, Rapid City, that's a long drive.
I could do that drive asleep.
Same.
I may not make it. Leave me by the side of the road.
I'm gonna be so tired when I get there. We were talking about that.
Yeah, but before she backed out. Just kidding. We were talking about like, oh, we should go to a spa. Or I was like, you know what? We just nap. That's free. We just go sleep for the concert. You know. But I'm so excited because on Netflix I watched like a month ago. They got a documentary out on just the two of them, obviously. But they were talking about some of their upcoming shows. And I was like, they tour still? So I'm like Googling like the closest, and Kansas City was the closest. So
Is Left Eye gonna be there?
in my heart.
That's what I was saying earlier. They're gonna pull her on stage, so she better be ready to do all the left eye parts.
They be doing those
Gotta have
holograms. What if they do a Left Eye hologram?
That would be dope.
Cool.
That would be cool.
Brittany Brands wants to know, so about that taco sale.
Oh, snap.
Oh man.
I'm having a taco sale tomorrow.
Dude,
Word.
Yeah.
what? You didn't even say anything?
Hell yeah.
It's
You'd be
gonna be
advertising that shit.
There's gonna be a pop-up sale tomorrow.
Pop-up shop.
Starting at 11:30.
Nice.
Yep.
Damn it, I
That's
have
what's
to work.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Lunch break. Deliver.
I live in Key. Unless you want to deliver out to Tea.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's
Bring me a couple out there.
That's
And then,
suburbs area.
yeah, that's out of our vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. So I'll update you guys next time. I'll be going live. I'll be taking pictures. I'll be
yeah.
snapping, so follow me. Just kidding.
Throw your Snapchat out there then.
Hey, I got my lingo down from rappers. So.
Yeah, throw your Snapchat
Turn
out
into
there.
night show.
I was watching that video. I uploaded that video from
The Nelly.
Yeah.
So.
I was just laughing again at the part at the
Dog.
end whenever
Oh.
Shaina's just all sprung over fucking Nelly kissed her.
I was
Oh,
like
so funny.
in tears.
I thought you were just fucking around at first, and then you were just
The night chills. We're like walking away. He's like, "Pull yourself together. You're my staff."
You're embarrassing me, and I was like, I can't.
There's that one video whenever we're all walking down before like we go on, and you guys look like you're like my bodyguards or whatever, and we're just walking down.
I know.
the
We just
hallway.
following him around because we had to be with him to like get
Go anywhere.
backstage, and so like we're like, well, he's going. We gotta go. Like,
You know how like Black Panther, he has his guards are like all women. They call it, like the Dormelage or whatever. That's what they were my Dormelage.
We
Yeah.
even had uniforms.
Yeah.
someone
Oh,
posted,
shit.
they're like, Nelly's not that tall. I was like, no,
He's
he's
not.
not. That's what like a lot of people think. Famous people are automatically like tall. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Or they never age.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Like,
picture.
what the heck?
Juveniles. Like everybody was talking mad shit.
I know.
You can't lie though.
I've
That
seen
picture,
that.
he does look really old.
He
in that
probably
picture,
is really
but,
old. I mean, he's probably like.
He
But,
is.
but the way
40s.
we seen him, he didn't look like that in real life.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
They-
no.
He had gray
that was
hair,
just
though.
a bad.
It was
Yeah,
all
it was
your
just a bad
filters.
picture though. But
Yeah.
It was all
Yeah,
your
part of it was the
filters.
lighting.
Yeah, but it was a
Like-
weird lighting that
but
hallway.
yeah, he did look old. Just that picture. Just
He didn't
do
look
him
that old in
justice.
person.
Yeah.
No.
Unless I was that drunk.
Yeah.
Nah, you was drunk.
In the picture, I'm like, I don't want to bother him.
Me too,
And
I'm
Shayna's
like-
all next to him, like,
I know we had to tell
Like
you,
I was
get
the
in
first
there.
I know. I'm like, all right.
I'm not. I don't want to talk
Did
about
someone
that
say something?
situation. Remember, I didn't get my picture.
How can someone come on your show to talk about human trafficking? I don't know. Message us,
Yeah, message us.
especially if you're being. Never mind. I won't say anything. But yeah, message us. We will make it happen.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm still mad I didn't get my Juvie picture. You know,
Yeah.
I was pretty
Nelly-
heated.
I thought you
Picture.
did.
No,
Didn't you post
Juvie.
some?
Your
Yeah.
Nelly
Oh, I did
picture.
with him and Brandis.
Oh,
But-
not solo.
Yeah, I wanted my solo.
Yeah, I wanted my solo too. I was trying to get to it, and then you guys all jumped in. I was like, these motherfuckers.
I know. I got in on that one.
Nate's forever popping up in someone's picture.
I know. Always
In the
back.
background.
All haps.
For real. Those ones at the icon, I didn't even know those were taken until he posted them.
One of me and Randy.
Oh yeah.
He saw.
I'm
all
like,
smiles.
"Damn, look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that."
We did play darts that night. I kicked you guys' ass.
No,
too.
I think I won that. I think.
I don't even remember who
Yeah,
won.
I put it on my Snapchat. I was like, I kicked
Yeah.
their ass. I zoomed in.
Nah, it's because you got one good throw in.
I don't think we
doesn't-
even got
you
to
know,
finish
nah.
because they
We
kicked
did.
us out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they kicked us out.
I know, but I was leading by
Didn't
a
we,
large
wasn't that like our
margin.
second game? You won the first one, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
we
second
started
one.
the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I won the first one.
Who weren't even there.
No, I was there. We played
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
I thought we only played one.
No, we
Lord,
played.
He just
where
had
did
time
time
Where was
go?
you at?
They just had the worst night ever.
Fuck yeah, dude.
God.
I just had fun.
I
It
felt
was,
so bad.
She did.
I know.
Yeah.
So I almost got arrested that night.
Yeah, and then he's
Oh
being
my
mouthy
God.
to the cops, and I'm just like,
I'm like, shut up. Let's
You're
go.
gonna have a bad time.
they're like, this is gonna be the end of Night Shield, and they're like, I wish I would have recorded them
Who
saying
said
that.
that?
The cops.
Shut up. Are you
Brooklyn.
serious?
I was like, you guys are being so,
they
dramatic.
knew the cop knew who you
Cops.
was, or just because you
I
said
don't
it?
know.
Because you're like, fuck, it wasn't me. Like,
This is the coolest guy ever. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just like, dude,
What are you
shut
talking
up.
about?
No,
And Nate's
I
over
had
here
your
like,
back. I was like, he
what
didn't do it.
I know.
I was like, he didn't do it. I had his back of the chisel. He did do it.
I was like, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh.
you did.
Trying to fucking.
I didn't say anything to the cop. Char asked me if he did, and I was like,
I know. I'm all like, well,
I
what
was like,
happened?
yeah, they probably seen it.
What happened over here?
Yeah.
He was like facing them. Like,
No way. Are you
he
serious?
was like facing them, and then they were like pulling up.
Anyway.
It's all hearsay. There's no proof. There's no proof.
He's like, the cameras.
You want me to look at my camera?
There's an officer cop with the red light.
I just remember I was saying to that cop, I was like, "This is what you're doing tonight. This is what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're arresting
I
people for
remember
fucking peeing." And then, yeah,
This is all your time?
yeah.
Somehow we got let loose, though.
This
Yeah, we did.
this what Brooking's about.
Catching people peeing. Well, they shut down that other thing going on. So.
Yeah, they did. They didn't even let it start. I set up, started playing music. I didn't realize that I seen the cops come in, but I didn't realize they shut it down. I'm still playing music because the lights are on me. I couldn't see none. One of the guys got up there and they was like, "Where's all the drink?" I was right over there at the bar. He was like, "There ain't no fucking bar here." Came off the stage, I looked, and everybody was gone. I was like, "Where the fuck's everybody at?"
The only one there. And then we're trying to...
For real, I was too, man. And then,
Playing all his best hits.
so then I shut it down and I walked out in the hallway and everybody was standing out there, cops everywhere. I was, "What the fuck's going on, man?" And they were like, "Cops shut it down. They took the bar, they took all the alcohol." I was like, "What?"
And then no one was helping Nate, so I was just like, "All right, what do I gotta do?" And he's like, "Oh, that's not my mic, that's not mine." I was like, "What's yours?"
It is now.
It is now.
Char came out with 2 suitcases.
Not even yours. Lights and everything, just took all their stuff.
Took all the snacks. I forgot someone went in there and he was like, "Well, shit, at least give me a sandwich."
Hey, for real?
Fuck.
I was like, "Can't drink."
Yeah.
Yeah, they shut that down quick.
I think that about does it. It was good fun. I'm going to end today's episode with my homeboy John Valentine put out an album, just came out that I'm on. It's called, he goes by John On Demand. You can pick it up on iTunes and all that stuff now. And this is the Reconstruction remix, which features myself, V the Noble One, and MC 12-2 or 12-2 MC or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty dope song. Check it out, John On Demand, The Reconstruction, and we will see you guys in a few weeks.
2 weeks. See you guys.
Bye! Are the mics off?
A production of the SiouxEmpire.com.